Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Babel, and I'm bringing you the Philippines qualifier for the Spring Championship Southeast Asian Regional. This would be the upper bracket finals, and we're also bringing you a very interesting series here between Renovatio Team 1, Renovatio Game 1, Renovatio Team 1, as well as Skyline. It was supposed to be Renovatio Team 2, but I think that the last game was just basically a lot of last-minute decisions here, and you could tell that Skyline, they really wanted a victory and they got it. So it's going to be exciting, man. They have a momentum going for them, and I'm hoping that they make it far. Now, what's going to be at stake here is that out of these two teams, Renovatio Team 1 and Skyline, only one of these teams will get a qualification if they win this match. The other team's going to have to go down to the lower bracket, and if they win their best of one, they will then be qualified for the SCA Regional. So we're qualifying two teams, and we're also providing a lot of cash prizes on the line here. It's basically a really, really good time for everyone in the Philippines. I hope you guys enjoy discussing coverage so far. We are only halfway done because after the lower bracket finals is done, we'll be going into the grand finals where there will be a best of three and followed by a rubber set best of one, if that happens. Right, so here we got game number 1. The draft is ready. We are going into it. It's Garden of Terror, and it's basically going to be interesting because it's the first time we actually going to see Lunara getting picked up here. Skyline versus Renovatio. We've seen Skyline versus Renovatio 2, but Renovatio 1 is on a completely different level. So we'll have to see how close these two are, because to me, I would say that Renovatio 1 is probably the hot favorites to win this tournament, and it's going to be hard to take that away from them. So straight up in the first pick and bans, could see that the Vikings are already being banned out. This is consistent with the Koreans as well as the Chinese. There's a lot of Vikings play in this battleground, but Vikings, you don't have to ban them out. Just pick heroes that counter Vikings as well, like Zeratul, Feldstad. Those are heroes that really, really can take down Vikings pretty well. Rhaegar getting banned out as well. On the side for Renovatio 1 means that Zagara will be available, so Zagara getting picked up. There's also no sense of urgency for Li Ming, Uther, and Thrall going through for Renovatio 1. And for Skyline, it's going to be Lunara and Malfurion, all those grassy creatures there. Malfurion and Lunara does not have much of a synergy, but we've seen Skyline play the Twilight Dream, so that happened, guys. Now, I'm not so sure if it's going to be Twilight Dream again, but I'm thinking they're actually kind of smart to pick Twilight Dream to counter against the likes of, Flying Kick from Chen, or even Illidan's very own Dive, Sweeping Strike. It's actually a pretty good counter. Next up, we have the Zeratul getting banned out, as well as ETC, possible ban. Nope, it's going to be Tyrael instead. Renovatio 1 with Thrall and Uther. They've got 2 more picks here, and they got to be very careful. I would say Renovatio 1 is probably the top 3 teams in Southeast Asia, and they go for Greymane Li Ming. They go in for the double damage dealers, and they bring the pain. For Skyline, they got 2 more picks here, and it's going to be very tricky for them. Oh my god, it's going to be Arthas, and it looks like Diablo. So they are picking heroes that are just not played yet. Seems to be the general strategy for Skyline. Heroes that people forget how to play against, and we'll see how Renovatio creates, or rather adapts to this draft. Arthas, Diablo has got almost absolutely no synergy. The only thing here about this lineup is that Arthas can win a solo lane by himself, Zagara can win a solo lane by himself, Diablo, probably, you saw that combo with Malfurion. The weirdest combo is Diablo Malfurion, and they actually managed to pull it off, so I hope I get to see that again. Lunara looks to be pretty decent. I don't think Lunara is like exceptionally painful. Not yet in SCA. We haven't seen a very successful Lunara yet. I think that out of all 4 countries so far, Lunara is most played in Malaysia. So it's unique. It's funny how Southeast Asia's got like its own meta, and then you have like every country insisting to play certain type of heroes. Okay, Renovatio finish up the draft here with ETC. They get the ETC Uther combo. That's really good. Thrall to throw in the mix as well. Greymane, Li Ming. This is a highly aggressive lineup in Garden of Terror. We'll see how this game pans out. So once I get an invite, we'll go into the lobby, and everything else will follow accordingly to plan here. Now, Do take note that this is only game one in the upper bracket finals. There's still a couple of games that we have got to cover, and that will be the lower bracket finals. That's a best of one. Don't ask me why that is. That's just the way the rules are. Upper bracket best of three, lower bracket best of one, and then the grand finals will be a best of three again. And rubber set a best of one. So we probably have got like two more best of three and two more best of one to cover on this channel, which would translate to a total of 8 more games maximum. Now 8 games will be 4 hours. It's already 8 p.m. here. I'm 12 hours awake and 6 hours into the cast. And I only slept for like 2 hours last night, so do pardon me if I start saying weird things. That's my way of putting across. I always say weird things. That's right. Joining me today is also my producers. That would be Zenden and Wayne. So it's awesome to have them here. They are looking at the chat. And if you have got any feedback on audio issues or you got any feedback on latency problem, let us know. They are watching the chat. Awesome stuff. I hope after today you guys are still interested to watch SCA games, because SCA games will bring out heroes that you probably never expect to see. Even before Cloud9 played Murky, we played Murky. We just weren't good at Murky, but we played Murky. We won some games with Murky, but we just weren't good with Murky. Yeah, so just saying, we are very innovative, and I think that this is the place you go to. It's like this small little back room where you have all of your trade secrets, and then you just don't want, you just go in there and you tinker. It's the experiment room, if you know what I mean. Okay, so red team here probably will be Renovatio 1. Renovatio is definitely top 3 teams in Southeast Asia. So this is the team to keep your eyes out for next weekend, 5th and 6th of March. We are going to have the SCA Regionals for the Spring Championship. There will be a bit of a clash, I think, with the EU Regionals as well. I think they both run concurrently at the same time because of time zone issues, Europe being 7 hours behind us. We should be more or less done, I hope, when EU starts their engine at about 10 a.m. I think that's normally the start time of this tournaments. That would be about 5 p.m. So we should be going into the last few games of the day. But feel free to join us before EU starts next weekend on 5th and 6th of March for the SCA Regionals. And I promise you the level of play there is going to be very different. It's going to be very different. Reason for that is because we have the top 2 teams in every country play against each other in the SCA Regionals, and there's stiff competition coming out of Singapore. Malaysia, we got FFKG that's really convincing, and I think they could be top 4. Renovatio here would be a huge contest for top 2, actually, a huge contest for top 2. So this is the team to keep your eyes out for it. Maybe they don't qualify today. I don't know, man, but I'm hoping they do, because if they do, they're going to bring us good level games. But if they don't, that only means that an even better team is going to bring us an even higher level of game, which is really, really exciting. For tomorrow, the broadcast tomorrow is going to start at GMT plus 7. I think it's 10 a.m. That's 11 a.m. Singapore time, which would translate to a total of, let's see, how many hours ahead am I of you? Okay, that's 7 p.m. That's 7 p.m. West Coast and 11 p.m. East Coast. And for our friends and fans from Europe, 11 a.m. my time would translate to, let me do the math here, 4 a.m. your time. That's when we start. Pretty okay time to start watching some HOTS, but definitely will be awesome to have you guys join us as well. Next week, we actually have a group stage in day 1, 5th of March, and then on 6th of March, it's going to be double elimination bracket all the way until we pick that one team to fly the SCA flag in the spring finals. So far, I think we have actually got a couple of teams confirmed for spring championship finals, and it is we've got Edward Gaming taking the 2nd seed out of China, as well as E-Star taking the top seed, of course. Both of those teams are really good. Korea's still doing the Super League stuff. ANZ still doing the stuff as well. There's also The Taiwan region is still doing its stuff. NA is having its conclusion within 2 more days. We're gonna have the 2 teams from North America decided. Europe's gonna have it next weekend, and I'm excited. I'm really excited for Spring Championship Finals because this is the first time we're gonna have a direct seat from SEA, and it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. I cannot wait to see how Southeast Asians use weird heroes and try and throw pro teams off balance. Of course, we could play proper heroes, depending on which team you're talking about. If you're talking about the Filipinos, they play Chen. If you're talking about the Malaysians, then they play a lot of Lunara Greymane, first pick Greymane. That's insane. If you talk about the Singaporeans, we are very close to the NA meta. We are also very close to the Chinese meta. So I would say that maybe execution could be a little bit different, but if you talk about the drafting style, it would be similar to that. I've not seen Thailand for a couple of months, so tomorrow we're going to find out. I am not very excited to find out Thailand because last time I did a cast on Thailand, they are very Arthas focused. That was about 6-7 months ago. Now I have no idea. It seems like it's still a stun lock meta for them. So we'll have to see how that works out. Okay, guys, we're going to God of Terror. As you can see here, loading up. Game number 1 in the upper bracket finals, playing for qualification into the SEA Regionals. On the red team, it is going to be Renovatio Team 1. VYY will be a thrall, stronger onto the Uther. Haha as the ETC. Hiskoa will be playing as the Greymane. Last but not least, we got Misery Pros. Going to be playing as what looks like a Liming. And on the blue team, this is Skyline, the team that just took down the sister team of Renovatio 1. They're going in to this game with very weird heroes. I'm going to introduce this lineup. Makishi will be a Lunara. Panda Bruiser playing as the Malfurion. Minjong will be your Arthas. Wipeout onto Diablo Las Venales. The Penguin will be playing as Zagara. So far, it looks like they're going for a straight-up engagement. No one's going to trade anything. No structural trade yet. It's a little bit weird. Most of the other teams always like to go for structural trade because it works out pretty well. Here it looks like, oh, and it's, oh, bye. That hurts. Zagara, easy kill there. Not much of a need to say anything. Just basically got caught out of position, trying to put a Crypt Humor, and I think Renovatio was very well prepared for that. They're also trying to suck up the top and bottom lane, but it seems like for Skyline, they're having a hard time deciding where they want to be. Makishi, a little bit of trouble, but Minjung knew they were there all along. Stronger now, taking a bit of a beating. Lunara going in and a great overpower, but his Goa's coming from behind. Greymane's going to be here. Don't see the Arcane up connecting. Stronger pulling back once more. Will be okay for now. Minjung, man, that Howling Blast saved the day. His Goa going to be fine. And it looks like it's still a little bit of a level lead. It's just very slight level lead for Renovatio 1. For Skyline, it looks to be pretty okay. If you look at the talent option so far, just going to bring this one up because it's a lot faster. It's going to be Reconstitution, Regeneration Master, Scouting Drone, Blossom Swell. This is interesting to see. Hold that thought. We got a fight going on. Haha, in a bit of a trouble. Wipeout with a nice overpower. It actually helped him escape there. Hiskoa going to be fine as well. And here comes the first knight, but we're going to go through the talents first. Soul Feast here, basically going to give extra health regeneration. That's really important for Diablo to stay alive. It looks like a tanky Diablo build. And you see the Shadow Charge going to play again. So far, seat count 38-41. They picked up the top side first. Bottom area also, you see a huge amount of lead going in. Penguin just with the push, but the fight's still going to go on. 42 already going for Renovatio. Skyline just don't have any seat yet in the pocket. The farm's going to be pretty barren. Continuing the talent discussion, it's going to be Conjurer, see the Marksman rolling like a stone, should be double net guitar for the ETC, Protective Shields, very standard Uther coming to play here as well. Yeah, Viciousness, but this still should be Drought Overflow, and Power Hungry. I would love to see, yes, Triumph V-Rate, there we go. Renovatio is going to try and show you how Liming's being played, but we got Envenom Spines, Destruction, Elune's Grace, Nimble Whisk, Soul Catcher. Okay, very standard stuff. The only key things here to note would be that Diablo going for a tanky build. Top lane though, Minjong. Minjong with the body blocks. VYY, very, very nice Pharaoh Spirit. And all of a sudden, still alive though. It stayed very long. But unfortunately, still decides to go down at the end. Nice stuff from Haha. No body block action. Seems like it's not even going to be needed. Penguin is just trying to do his best to push the lane there. And even if that means committing, just sacrificing himself. And it seems like we got Rolling Thunder being not picked up, but going in for Season Marksman as well. It's going to be right the lightning here. 2 extra targets means 2 extra charges for Fossil Resilience. That's really important to note. Oh, wow, hold that thought. Very exciting. Greymane not going for Drought Overflow, but Thick Skin instead. So, basic attacks will be reduced by 50%, and it's specific and it's heroic. Meanwhile, you see Thrall again going down. VYY on the Thrall. Gotta be very careful when he's at the top lane, because no matter what it is, man, Skyline's good with this kind of rotation. They have been making it work. There is a first Garden Terror getting ready in 38 seconds for Renovatio 1. On the other side here for Skyline, it seems like because they were not able to make those early rotations, they're not able to get that 100 seat in the first night. Some stuns from Stronger. And they pull back again. Level 7 just hit. I'm going to show you guys the talent options. It's a full-fledged tangled on the Diablo. And hold that thought, Zagara taking a bit of a damage. And also Uther, a bit of a self-cleanse there. Actually, not self-cleanse. That is actually Greymane, cleansed by Uther, Stronger. So great job there by Uther. And Skyline again going to the bottom area. You're going to be very careful about this one. Top lane, we actually see a Gardner pushing out the lanes here. Minjong is not able to do much of a defense here by himself. Still going to try and buy some time. We'll be able to take out the Overgrowth. Iskoa doing some good damage there with Inner Beast already activated. That's actually one of the best mechanic of Greymane to take out the structure. VYY again, top lane aggression. Makishi swings by to try and provide some form of support for the Arthas. VYY is going to pull back. Bottom lane, they're just slowly getting a lot of structures going down. Like you have those towers in the bottom lane gone, top lane also gone. VYY taking a lot of damage now, but will be generally okay. He's not overextending. If you realize he's not desperate for the fort, that's because this is a very early Garden Terror, and it's also very, very squishy. It's gonna throw out the Overgrowth. Hopefully we're gonna get a Queen's Curse. There we have it. And VYY will respawn as Thrall, but bottom fort will go down, and that's a pretty good play by Renovatio 1. They managed to take down the bottom area just purely out of aggression from 3 members there. A lot of damage in this team actually. On top lane, not much of a fight going on. And we still see Skyline just doing the rotations, getting out of there. Follow through for Thrall. Okay, so that's going to be a lot of right-click damage. Sundering, and go for the throat, Mosh Pit, Divine Chill. Leaving going for Disintegrate instead. Haha, taking a lot of damage. Sundering connecting there. Great chop in the middle. And Makishi. Bam, right up the middle. There she goes. Gone. Minjong taking a bit of a damage. Iskoa now. A little bit of trouble now. Minjong taking a lot of damage, and it seems like Arthas will also go down. 2 men down on that side. Haha. Ooh, gonna be very careful about this one. Arcane now still gonna burst down. It seems like Malfurian's also gone. 3 men down on the side of Skyline. They're not even level 10 yet. And we got Renovatio just dominating them already. You can feel that the pacing is very comfortable for Renovatio here. And Penguin just basically, he was full on push mode, and now he's full on defense mode. Basically, he should have rotated lanes a lot earlier to the top lane, I feel. Thrall by himself, not that hard to deal with. Stronger, haha, right here doing some form of defense. Finally, just see level 10, Wipeout goes in. Don't see the Apocalypse just yet. Haha pulling back once again. His squad going in with a bit of the dogfight. There we have go for the throat. It's going to be a kill. Lunar's already gone. He still has got a second go for the throat. Actually, no, he does not have it. I lied. That didn't kill Lunar. It just seems like it's the Razor Swipes that did. Haha, it's going to pull back again. And there goes the Twilight Dream 2.0. 2 men down on the side of Renovatio. There is no healer that would automatically opt for Twilight Dream except for Malfurion. And I'm pretty sure that the devs is going to be so happy to see this, because they nerf Tranquility in hope for a good Twilight Dream being picked up. We're actually going to go into a replay right now, so here we go. Meanwhile, bottom left-hand corner is real time. You see Hiskoa getting locked in, Wipeout, just basically tried a good overpower. And there we have the Twilight Dream. That's it. 2 easy kills. 3 seconds of silence, not very long, but very effective. And also here, Apocalypse going out. Not really sure what's being used as, maybe to save the bottom area or just to spot out the enemy. Haha going in for the mosh pit, connecting on 2 targets. Misery Pros with the Disintegrate in the backline. Lunara already gone. Wipeout's gonna go out next, and it's 2 men down on that side. If you consider Zagara as well as Diablo, that would be 3 men down on the bottom side there. But Uther's also a bit of a good trade. So 1 for 3 it is, and Renovatio still with the level lead, and talent tier-wise looking very, very good. So far, we got a blue God and Terror spawning on the left side here for Skyline. For Renovatio 1, they're doing whatever they can to pick up this next Shambler boss, if you will. And Wipeout pushing, doing whatever he can on the God and Terror, but it looks like it's going to be a fight here. Skyline getting into position. Renovatio pulling back out, not going for the lost seed. And BYY again, going to be fine. Wipeout in the mid area. The Terror is in a bit of a trouble there. He's throwing out the Gilnean's Cocktail, but this is basically a very interesting Grey main build that it's not commonly seen in SEA. This is the straight out, you could say, the Worgen Grey main build, and I'm gonna go through this with you guys because we actually got some time. They're not looking for a fight yet. So he actually has got thick skin, so that's going to help him survive. Incendiary Elixir, which is really important, and Hold That Thought. Seems like they're not going to let me do what I want to do. Wipeout's going to be fine, but Agos is in there. Ghost Eye Flyby. Makishi, a bit out of position. Makishi with the Thornwood Vine, not throwing out a single charge of it just now. And they're all just going to be okay. Queen's Curse connecting. Oh, that's 3 seconds, sir. And BYY with the Meat Fork push on the God and Terror. Wipeout again, buying a little bit of time. They're all just nicely drifting around the Queen's Curse. It's a bit split here between the Queen's Curse. ETC a little bit out of position. Misery Pros throwing out the Arcane up. Minjong gonna get polymorphed already by Queen's Curse, and a Wipeout not gonna connect on that one. He respawns as Diablo. We still got about 35 seconds before the red one comes back up here. And it seems like blue team's in a lot of trouble already. The damage going through to Diablo. Disintegrate coming in as well. And here goes the Apocalypse. Does not connect on Leeming. Nice teleport back out. But look at the mosh pit. It's a 5-man mosh pit. And it won't be the Harlem Shake. Nobody's going to expect that. We are now going in for Devouring Mob. Penna Bruisers. All that's left. Tranquility. That is not going to be useful, sir. That was the best mosh pit coming out of Renovatio so far I've seen. And it is just completely convincing. At that point in time, absolutely mind-blowing. Nobody saw the ETC get into position like that, but he just did haha, man, with the place. We got 4 men down just because of that, and already a very convincing lead. 3 levels lead for Renovatio 1. We got a replay, but we actually have to hold first because they're giving chase in the bottom side. Wipeout catching out stronger, should be a kill here. Uther's not able to self-cleanse. He will definitely go down. That's the kill. Let's go into the replay. And here we go. Look at that. Just pay attention to haha. ETC's not even close to anything. He just actually took a left turn, went in, and that's the perfect mosh pit. You can call it luck, you can call it whatever. His Koa went in, mopped out one target, Leeming mopped up the other, and all that's left would be Penna Bruiser in the backline. Would have been even awesome if they had the Queen's Curse available in the moment there for multiple targets, because when you polymorph you take a lot more damage. That is really, really good. Okay, haha. That's the name of this ETC player. Har har. You know, if you really want to pronounce the R. But 14 against 17 right here, and I don't think Tranquility would have done anything differently. I think there would still be a Renovatio picking up the fight there. But Tranquility would have at least kept the team pretty relevant if they tried to extend the fight through sustain. It's only a solo Uther. They decided to go for Twilight Dream, and so far 6 against 13. It's pretty clear that Renovatio is on a different level. Skyline looking for the level 16 right now. Next phase of Night just occurred here, and we have got that ETC again looking for plays. They're not going for the bottom Shambler boss. Minjong spots out the Grey Main, and Grey Main lands the Gilnean Cocktail. We don't have time to talk about his build yet. Actually, we do. May actually have some slight little window here. Okay, so it's running Wall, which is a very standard build. It's still the Gilnean Cocktail build, but he went for Thick Skin instead. basically it counters against Arthas and it counters against Lunara. So it's okay. Like it's still fine. It's still the still somewhat the full-on Gilnean cocktail build, but just with a bit of a twist here and there. Okay. Meanwhile, for Li-Ming on this side, it's still gonna be the teleport build. Triumvirate gonna get picked up instead, but it is gonna be Calamity, Illusionist, and Diamond Skin. And teleport's okay, keeps Li-Ming alive. The thing here is that she's not gonna have the far range burst. If she wants to use those far range bursts to burst down tanky targets like Diablo and Arthas, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a lot easier if she went for the full-on Arcanaut build. Now that said, on this side though, for Zagara, it's gonna be Brute Expansion, Mutilate, very standard stuff here. Ice Block into Tenacious Roots, and Starwood Spear. So for Lunara, it's Nimble Whisk, Wild Vigor, and Starwood Spear. This is again a bit consistent. I don't think the Giant Killer is supposed to be picked up here. Would have been a little bit better if it's unfair advantage, but hold that thought. We're gonna see Sinagosa coming in. Apocalypse does connect on Li-Ming this time around. Minjung goes in, but that goes to Divine Chill. That's going to help Greymane out a little bit. Greymane still alive there. It's going to pop the disengage, and we still see Haha again going into position, but he may get stunned there. The Divine Wall going to cancel it, but the damage has been done. Polymorph targets don't do damage, and you see the rest of the blue team pulling back. Is Goa now jumping into Lunara, going in for the kill. Will be able to pick it up pretty well. Minjung taking a bit of a damage, stronger with a very clutch kill, keeps him back up alive. His squad jumping in again for a second, go for the throat. It's an easy kill again. Razor Swipe's not doing much. He disengages again to human form, and gonna try and land a Gilnean cocktail, but that's not gonna connect. Wipeout taking a bit of a damage, haha, with a two-man stun. Goes into and says hi to Malfurion, don't want to be there. There we have again the Arcane up connecting. Penguin taking a lot of damage. Misery Pro giving up for the chase there. And the trade. VYY the whole time just piloting that plan and going in. And it's a 5-man team wipe once again. We got that damage coming out of Renovatio. They were able to take that fight slow. They were able to sustain it through. And Greymane did so much work. I'm going to show you the damage counter right here. Li-Ming 36k, Greymane 30. In just 15 minutes. They did so much work. You saw Li-Ming doing a lot of work there. And generally just being really, really safe. Of course, the Apocalypse stun was unintended. We got a replay. We're going to pull that out. So in this instance replay, you could see that Misery Pro is just there. This is a good try. It's a really good try, but unfortunately, there's just nothing that would have changed. Queen's Curse did its work. I think it bought them enough time. Minjung was just zoning out the backline a lot. Basically, out of blue team, they were doing a lot of damage to the backline. And you could see that Stronger by himself is trying to keep it alive. It could be also because they don't have Thrall, though. That's why they don't have that kind of burst damage. It's going to be up to Greymane and Li-Ming, and they're kind of squishy. So when you threaten them, they normally pull back. And that's the case. Greymane went for Lunara, and Li-Ming just pulled back out there. So we're back to real time right now. Skyline's waiting for the level 20. And for Renovatio 1, they are already 20. They got the Storm Talons picked up. Looks to be pretty standard so far, nothing special. I think it's going to be 4 boss though. Minjung going in position. Misery Pro with a very nice teleport, but there goes to Sinra. Goes up to 4 boss connecting on the backline. And the Apocalypse will connect, but it does not stop the mosh pit because of the clans, I think. And we still see Malfurion after going down. Diablo also going to be in position. His squad goes in, mops up the team, and it's a 5-man team wipe. Skyline, this is going to be it for them. Renovatio going in for the game here. The core is going to drop pretty easily. 16 minutes almost, I think about 17 if lucky. We are looking at Renovatio winning game number 1. What an absolute dominating display of power here by Renovatio. Again, this is why they're one of the best teams. Top 3 teams, if you will, in all of Southeast Asia. We got a replay. I'm going to show you what happened just now. And if you look into it, it's basically Zagara going down. And you can see Haha is trying to pull back Stronger. He did that extra heal. And that cleanse. Look at that cleanse from Stronger. So good. 3-man mosh pit. They're all just waking up in Vegas. It's a hangover. Nobody is going to remember what just happened last night. And 5-man gone. It's a painful reality, but that's what it is. Renovatio just outclassed their opponent. Skyline just don't have the damage. They were just about 29,000 in. And also they don't have the heals. It could be because, you know, once again, Twilight Dream is not viable. So far, Twilight Dream's win rate, it could have been 100%, but because of this game, it's now 50%. And we're also going into game number 2 real soon, so to sit tight, stay tuned. We're going for a very short break. And shout out to sponsors, Razer, PLDT, Sharp, and streaming partner XSplit for making all of this happen. We'll be back shortly. Sit tight, stay tuned, and don't go anywhere. Splits the fight into two. Not much of a fight going on. Blizzard Shield buying even more time. VYY just zoning, and they are all of a sudden just turning on their attention to the core. Core down to about 69%. And you see the power slide from Penguin going in against Rhaegar. They want to take down Rhaegar, but he does not have the damage. And all of a sudden, he's already jumping in to do all those damage. Picks up 2 targets. Lily's gone. A 3-man mosh pit. Finally, but barely enough. It's going to be game. Game 2 goes to Renovatio 1. And that said, it's